Hello everyone, so welcome to today's video. We are doing a requested look using the Urban Decay Reloaded palette. I'm going to talk you through the easiest bronze smoky eye. You guys know how much I love bronze eyeshadows. There's something about it. And I am featuring a bronze color with a little bit of a kind of a reddish warmth undertone coming through the color. I think it's absolutely beautiful and it is so incredibly easy to do. If you have this palette or have colors similar to it, you can definitely recreate this. And I will share with you what I'm wearing on my lips towards the end of the video. The complexion products will be in a separate video because I had to go into detail about each step and why I do what I do and why I have been doing this routine every single day. I have been doing my makeup and I absolutely love it. So I did it separately, so you'll see that if it's not already up. But this is the look that we're doing today for the eyes, and I hope you will enjoy it. And if you want to see how to do it, then just keep watching. And it is such a good palette. It's got some everyday colors, some just basic neutrals, and a little bit of warmth, a little bit of a unexpected pop of color with this one called Retro, which is that really pretty coral. It is matte, which I absolutely love that they put it in a matte formula. I have used this quite a bit. I've been using a lot of these lately, so I'm going to use some of the matte ones today first to kind of create like a base layer of color on my eyes and my crease before going in with some of the shimmer. So I'm going to take a big fluffy eyeshadow brush. This is the Morphe E30. I use Morphe brushes often because I actually enjoy them. And I'm going to take that color called Bribe, which is the lightest one. It's the very first shade. And this is going to go all over my lid, all the way up to my brow bone. And Urban Decay makes really great eyeshadows, and this is one of my favorites. I remember when I first got the original Naked when that came out many years ago, which it since has been discontinued, unfortunately. I hate when brands do that. That was my jam. It was everything to me. I hit pan on a couple of the shades. I just loved the formula, the colors, the packaging was cool, and it was like the biggest thing. Okay, moving on to the crease, I'm going to go in with the shade called Bucked, which is this light tan here. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this one here, which is a little bit warmer, and this one's called Boundaries. So I'm going to do both of these. And I just use a big fluffy brush. This one from Milani is a little large, so it doesn't fit entirely in the actual pan. So you have to use smaller brushes with this palette, but this is such a pretty color. And this one is matte. Boundaries has a bit of a sheen to it and definitely much more warm than Bucked. Bucked is one that I always kind of start with, like the transition shades where it's like my first base layer of color in my crease, and I always go in with a big fluffy brush and just kind of work that back and forth. Then I'm going to switch to a crease brush that's a little bit more precise and tapered, and I'm going to go in with that Boundaries, which I'll show it to you again. It's that light warmish tan color. This has a bit of a sheen to it, not shimmery or glittery, but it does have a sheen, and I'm going to take a little bit of that on the point of that brush, and I'm going to start by applying it to this outer part of my eye and gently bringing it into the crease with Bucked. And I'm going to just do a little bit until I add my eyeshadow on my lid, and then I can decide if I want to add a little bit more, but this is going to just add a bit of warmth to the look. And then I'm going to have my crease brush that I used earlier handy and go back and forth and just kind of blend that a little bit more. Alright, so moving on to the lid, switching to a MAC 239 brush, I'm going to take the color called Burn, which is this really pretty bronzy, kind of reddish bronze shade, and it's just so pretty. It is metallic. I'm going to tap off the excess, and that's going to go onto my lid. So pretty. And I'm just kind of patting really close to the root of my lash and getting that really close and then patting and bringing it up towards the crease a little bit. That is so pretty. Going back in with my crease brush with nothing on there and just blending out those edges, making sure everything is really soft and blended. And then I'm going to pick up some more of that bucked shade with the same crease brush that I was just using, and I'm going to buff out those edges to create a more buffed out look and a more smoky look without going too heavy. You could use Endgame for a deeper look. If you wanted it to be much more smoky, you can go with Endgame, which is the darkest shade in the palette. But I'm going to stick with Bucked because I do feel like that provides enough depth and smokiness that I'm looking for personally. So I'm going to take a pencil brush and I'm going to take that same burn color and I'm going to go on the lower lash line with this, and I'm tapping off the excess because there is some fallout with this color. Go a little bit thicker on this outer edge and lightly taper that into the inner corner. Wiping off that brush, going in with the same pencil brush, I'm going to pick up that bucked shade and I'm going to use that underneath. And using a little bit of that burn with the pencil brush, it's going to tone down the level of shimmer that you see on the lower lash line. If you wanted it more intense, then I would recommend using a more detailed brush, something that's more densely packed like this one, or a really tiny detail brush that's going to pick up more product. But the pencil brush is going to pick up a little less, and it's going to be softer. A little bit more of the boundaries, which is that warmer color here. And I think I'm going to get a clean brush for this. I'm going to take a Morphe M506 brush with a touch of that boundaries color on the very tip of the brush and just go right over the very edge of my crease to create kind of like a warm glow around my crease without it being super, super warm and kind of tannish orange looking. I just want to kind of lightly graze my skin, and then I bring it underneath as well. Take that same brush, I'm going to wipe it off on a paper towel, and I'm going to go in with the shade called Blur, which is pretty perfect for blending out your edges in the crease and cleaning up around your eye area here, like your brow bone and right around this area, and I feel like it's a pretty perfect addition to this palette. Okay, so my camera cut off because my battery died as I was doing my eyeliner. So I basically took a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury, this is the Rock and Kohl eyeliner in Barbarella Brown, and did a very thin and very light line around the base of my lashes because I don't want it to be super, super dark and a thick liner to cover up this eyeshadow because it's absolutely beautiful, and I don't think the camera does it justice. In person, it looks so pretty. It's kind of bronzy with a bit of a reddish coppery warmth that comes through the color, and I think it's just so, so pretty. So I don't want to do too heavy liner that's going to sort of cover that, but I do want to add a little bit more depth and darkness really close to the root, kind of over the eyeliner. So I'm going to take an angled brush for that, and I'm going to use the shade called Endgame, which is the darkest brown in the palette, and I'm going to just lightly go over that eyeliner, kind of create a smoky effect with that liner that doesn't move or budge at all throughout the day. So it's a really good eyeliner, and I do it kind of thin and then a little bit thicker on this outer part of the eye. For the inner corner, I do want to add a touch of something just to add a little bit of a glow. So I think I'm going to take the color called Half Baked which is this really light gold. And I like the fact that it's a lighter gold. In the original Naked palette, it was a little bit more like a gold, and I want to say it was called Half Baked, if I remember correctly. And I didn't use that one too much because I don't like a ton of gold. But this is so light and just pretty looking that I would actually use this, as I am right now, as an inner corner highlight, but also on my lids, because it's a pretty like soft gold color. It's not obnoxious, it's not too yellow, it doesn't have a greenish undertone like some golds do. So I just think this is a really pretty formula that they have here, and the tone is just right. And it is metallic, so you'll see that kind of pop of color, but I'm just kind of blending that with the pencil brush right as it meets into the burn color that I have on my lower lash line. So I'm going to finish the look off with mascara, and I will show you the completed look. Alright, and here is the completed look, the eyes, the face, and the lips. I did my foundation routine for a very dewy, glowy complexion separate because I wanted to walk you through every step and why I have been loving the steps that I've been doing to get this really pretty kind of ethereal glow to my skin that I have been absolutely loving. So I felt like that needed its own video. So today was just eyes and lips. And for lips, I used the Flower Beauty lipstick. This is in the Perfect Pout lipstick in the shade called Buttercup, and it is a pretty perfect everyday color. It's a nice nude with a subtle pink undertone to it, and I think it's very flattering, especially with something like the bronze eyeshadows. So that is the whole look. I hope you enjoyed it. This is like the easiest bronze smoky eye to do ever, and I feel like this palette, the Naked Reloaded, is so great, and I don't really see a lot of YouTube videos popping up in my feed featuring this. I don't know why people are not talking about it as much, maybe because it's an older product, everybody's in all that new stuff, and then the holidays that just recently passed, and all the new releases, the New Year stuff, so I get it, but this is definitely something that I feel is kind of underrated, and it's such a great formula. Great range of colors. I have reached for this multiple times, so I thoroughly enjoy it and would recommend you pick this palette up if you like the colors. If you're looking for a new eyeshadow palette, check it out. Check out their site, the Urban Decay website. Sometimes they have really good deals and sales and stuff like that that you can take advantage of. I know I love a good sale, so if I see something that I want that's on sale, I will definitely purchase it, and I just think that even if I paid full price for this, which I did many months ago, I think it's still worth the price that they're charging because it's such a great formula, range of colors, and I can create different looks and they all look different. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you requested the video, thank you so much for your request. I hope you enjoyed the look that I created for you. So I will have everything listed down below in the description box if you are interested in everything that I use for today's video. So thank you so much for being here, for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe for future content and more videos to come. If you enjoyed this, please also leave me a thumbs up. It helps my channel. It helps me out as well. Lets me know that you're liking the content that I'm posting. If you want to comment, feel free to let me know your thoughts down below. I always love hearing from you guys, and you can follow me on Instagram. It's always on the screen. Hopefully we connect there. If not, I will catch you in my next video. Take care.